Hello, Facebook Live. Jessica Lozano here, and I am so excited to be here. This is very impromptu. I didn't say at all anywhere that I was going to do a live today, but there is a card that I pulled on the day before on the day of the morning of a living masterpiece. And I really wanted to share with it during that transmission because it fit so perfectly, obviously, like any card pull would, into the transmission about and what it was about. And I was like, I need to talk about this. Like, I need to state this. I need to share about this, because every time I read it over and over, I'm just like, oh, it just hits so deep. And it actually goes off of what the post that I made today. And it was about that you are a living masterpiece. Everything that you've been through is what creates your living work of art, your greatest work of your life. It's not the things that you acquire or the things that you accomplish and achieve. Those are like just byproducts. Those are just like accessories to like your soul's journey, you know? And this goes perfectly. So first, this is the card. How beautiful is that? This deck comes from Threads of Fate. I can't remember. Yeah, Threads of Fate. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. It's called Fate. It's green. Can you see that there? It's green. It has an egg there. So to me, it's almost like an egg on a crown, like hatching, but that's besides the point. I really didn't pay much attention to the visual on this. I really paid attention to the words of the meaning of this card, and I'm gonna read it to you now. This card is a reminder that you create your fate. While some lessons and experience are inescapable, we have free will and choice within the life we are given. This does not always equal fairness, as we do not all start life from the same footing. Nonetheless, each choice we make matters. From this place, we can approach the creation of our life in an empowered way. Oh, God, it just hits my soul. Like, did you feel that? Did you feel that? Because I did. Each choice we make matters. And when I read this, what it says to me, what it's speaking to me, and what I want to share with you is that sometimes I feel like some of the lessons are inescapable, not necessarily because of our circumstances that we were brought under, like the father that we had, the mother that we had. Although, yes, they influence you. Like, for example, the choices that I made for those two shameful things that I shared about in the transmission. You can go ahead and watch that transmission. I also have the YouTube link on there, because it is a 2-hour transmission, and I am the kind of person that's like 1.5 speed, boom. And I also kind of talk slow, so 1.5 speed. You could probably even go 1.75, maybe even 2 to get it done faster, because I wasn't talking very fast. It was a very much speaking like this. So anyways, yes, some of the decisions that I made were influenced by my mother and how she represented the feminine, and how what I saw her as a woman act, behave, do around men, and the energetic frequencies that she was giving off, because maybe some things I didn't see for say, but you feel. And what's coming to mind right now is when I was in my previous relationship, he had 3 kids. Well, he had 4. 1 was already grown, and 3 were still under his care. And the little girl was kind of getting bullied, manipulated, controlled by her older sibling. And I remember one day, she's just crying, and she's little. She's probably like 8 years old at this time. The words that she was saying were words that I felt. And I was like, oh my God, she's feeling me. She's feeling me. So we feel our parents, we feel their energy. They may not say things, but the energy they feel, because all the things she said, I've never said to her in her face, or obviously not into her face, but in around her area. So children feel things. So your life circumstances, yes, they're influenced by your parents, right? Yes, they bring in certain codes, good codes, bad codes, wanted, unwanted, like, don't like codes, love, not love codes, but we still bring them in. But nonetheless, we make decisions on our own, whether it was a very conscious decision or whether it was an unconscious decision. We make those. And we got to take full responsibility of that. If you don't take full responsibility of that, you're always going to be a victim. Circling back to what this said. Each choice we make matters. The inescapable. That's where I was going. I was like, okay, I had a point to all of that I was sharing. Some choices are inescapable. So the choices that I made, yes, were influenced by mother and father. Yes, by society and things like that. But at the end of the day, I made that choice. It's inescapable because I already made it. I can't go back in time, although you can tap into those higher dimensions, go back in time and rewrite the story, or actually see the story lived out as if you didn't make that decision and see where your life could have gone that way. But I'm talking about this timeline. I'm talking about where you are here right now. You know, for us that don't want to go do all of that, and we're living our life now, and we're learning and rooting in the lessons now. That, for me, and everything I've done in the past, were inescapable choices, decisions that I made. Yet, we can change our future. Because what did it say after that? Nonetheless, each choice matters that we make. From this place, we can approach the creation of our life in an empowered way. So even though you made some inescapable decisions because you already made it, from that point on, you can make a different choice. And from that empowered place, you can approach the co-creation of life. So from the places that I was in, there came a point, like, where the abortion was my turning point. I was like, I don't feel like I don't have a moral compass. Like, I need to change something in my life. Like, I'm not making aligned decisions. I'm not making decisions aligned in my truth. I didn't think that, but I felt that. I didn't have those words at the time. I just knew, I was like, whatever I'm doing is not the right decision. And that's okay. We can change. And I did. And I continue to do. So this short transmission was just about that. Which is, just know that fate is what you are creating in your life. And every decision matters. In any moment, you can choose again. You can choose again, choose again, choose again. From the smallest things. Like, for example, today, I was having an overwhelming morning. Actually started off really nice with me and Ron. And then it just kind of got like chaotic. Like, I had too much caffeine and I was like overly stimulated. And then my dog business, something happened with that. And I was just like, ugh. Normally I freeze. Normally when I get really overwhelmed, especially when I have, like, Mondays are the days that I kind of plan myself for the week. I kind of get into a little bit of creativeness. I kind of get myself back into the groove after the weekend. And, you know, I have my board with the things that I would need to do for today. And when I get overwhelmed, I tend to freeze, and I tend to like just procrastinate. I tend to just diddle daddle. It's almost like I'm very airy. I can't get grounded. And then I made that decision today. I was like, no, Jessica, we're not doing that. It's like 1 p.m. by this time. I'm like, we're not doing that. You're not going to freeze. And I said it to myself very lovingly but stern. I was like, we're going to own our self-leadership. We're going to take responsibility right now and choose again. I'm like, what's the next step that I can do right now? What can I, and that just kept unfolding. Even I was still feeling overwhelmed and feeling that anxiety. So something as small as that is huge, because it also led me to do this live today, because I actually wanted to do this earlier, because I really wanted to speak about it, because I'm like, if I do not talk about this today, the energy is going to dwindle. I just listened to a transmission about that in the course that I'm taking with Jessica Reed, Spirit Alchemy. Highly recommend it if you're in a business entrepreneur and you are definitely much into like the spirituality and energetics and having your spirit team guide you. But she said that when I listened to it, she's like, some things are going to come in, and if you don't, they kind of have like an expiration date, and if you don't share it, like that's it. So I really wanted to share this transmission. I think it's going even 11 minutes. Perfect. Short, sweet. I hope this lands for you. Let me know how you feel about them in the comments. Let me know if you watched on the replay. And I feel like it's a good Monday motivation speak. So I hope you take this message and carry it with you for the rest of your week, for the rest of your month, and the rest of the year. So I'll talk to you later.